Hi guys, how are you? Hopefully you are well this fine Sunday evening. Just going to try and stick this out on the old Instagram so people know that we're live. Bear with me. Try and find a decent picture. Let's have a look. Who's Kobe? Get started in a second, guys. I do apologise. First one, so it's all part of the fun, isn't it? And then we'll get going. Cool, we're getting some more people in. Hi guys, welcome. It's going to be a fun one. I'll start talking to you about simple game we can play with your dog, especially if they're reactive. And the best part about this one is we're going to make your dog think it was their idea to do the wanted behavior. Cool. I will be with you in a second. I'm a typical bloke and trying to do too much at once, but I'll know for next time. Hi guys, thank you very much for joining. You guys are more than welcome to be here. Ted better be listening to what is going on. Hopefully you guys can hear me. Or hopefully people can hear me. I did my webinar not so long ago and everyone was fine there. Cool. I'm going to post this, guys. Check this. Post it and I'm all yours. Good Sunday, everyone. Had a good weekend. What have been going on? Anything? Nothing? Cool. Right, that's posted. So regardless, I'm going to talk and some bits. Mega. So I am now doing this out of my parents' study. My studio isn't ready just yet, but it's something that's going to come on. So the lighting's a bit rubbish, but bear with us. I'm sure you will be able to get the gist of things. So one thing that I've noticed this week from some of the posts that I've been doing is the one that did really well was a fairly long reel, and it was hard to sort of get everything across in just a short space of time. So I want to talk about that a little bit more. And it's a simple game that you can play with a reactive dog that doesn't put too much pressure onto them, doesn't put pressure onto you. And it's something that you could do pretty much every single time without really needing any special equipment or any prior training. The point of the game, and I'm going to get onto the setup for it in a minute, but the point of the game is to allow your dog to think that they've done what you want in the first place. So them disengaging from the dog or the trigger in the distance is their idea, and them coming back to you and getting that payment is their sort of reward for that. And it's almost like a game of scores where the dog will think, well, I've taken the point there, so that's point to me. And how you would set this up would be you would put your dog on a long line, have that attached to their collar, their slip lead, their prong collar, whatever you're using, as long as it's safe to do so. You would give your dog the break command so they can go out and you'd walk. Don't ask them to do anything. And the beauty of that is you deal with any situation that comes. Now, obviously, we're not going to do this in the middle of the road. We're not going to do this in a massive, busy town centre. I mean, you could do. But I would start small, or small in the grand scheme of things in terms of the pressure. I would do this in an open field where you can put yourself as far enough away from another dog where possible to give yourself the best chance. Right. So a football field is a great idea, right? You can stick yourself on the halfway line and set this up. Give your dog the break command and allow them to do whatever they want. Sniff, play with you, whatever. Each time that your dog looks back at you, you're going to give them the terminal marker. And they're going to come back to you. They take the food, take the reinforcer, take the toy, whatever. You can keep them engaged in that game as well. Keep playing. Do this without a dog, without any triggers. If you then do spot a trigger, what I want you to do is wait. Now, your dog's going to react. Or if it does react, depending on the distance, then we can correct that behavior. But if the dog, or your dog in this case, clocks and fixates at the other dog, wait out and see what their next move is going to be. So if they turn to you because you've built this up already before the dog's been there, you're going to give them the terminal marker, they're going to come back and you're going to pay. And that's where the dog thinks that they've scored that point. They've won. They've got you to pay them because it was their idea to disengage from the dog. And then you'd let them go off and do their own thing again. Maybe even get a bit closer to the other dog, if it's safe to do so. Oh, whilst you've still got some insurance policy there. And what will happen is that there isn't any value in kicking off at that dog because the other dog is already at a threshold, obviously at a distance threshold, further enough away from your dog. The other dog feels a bit more comfortable. And what you do is you systematically get closer and closer over a period of time. And you're rewarded each time. Now you might get to the point that your dog kicks off and you can correct that, add that distance again, go back into play, go back into food. And because your dog's having to think here, we're not forcing anything onto the dog. We're allowing them to make good choices. And that's a whole part of it. We just guide. We're just the guide there to get them to do the right thing. And you might be 100 meters away, might be 50 meters away. Doesn't matter. Don't see it as a rush till you've got to get to the end point. It's not the point. It's just about allowing your dog to see, say, 5 dogs. And, does really well for 4 out of 5 of them. Perfect, great. Might get to the point that you might only get 1 out of 5. It's good, fine. The fact is as well, you're putting yourself into an uncomfortable situation, especially with your dog being out away from you on that long lead. You're having to sort of trust a little bit. So that's like a nice fun game that I like to play with dogs. You've got to know the terminal marker. They've got to know basics. But doing something like that, great, easy game. And it just makes things a hell of a lot more fun. And that came off the back of the Instagram reel that I put up a couple of days ago. It did really well. I got a lot of questions on that one. And it's not a relatively new thing. It's not something that I've come up with. It's just something that I've adapted from other trainers. And it's worked really well for me. It worked really well for my clients. And we've done this type of thing. And yeah, it's a really good game to try. So again, here it comes to it. Try this game. Now again, your dog doesn't even have to be reactive. Dog doesn't even need to be reactive. You could play this game for your dog to realize that other things in the environment are low value and you are high value. So you then start to bring in elements of socialization. You then start to bring in elements of you being your dog's entire world, and they don't have to sort of do anything in the environment towards being shown to them in that moment, just because another dog's there, or kids playing football, or a jogger's running past, or a bag's blowing past them. That's low value. It doesn't really matter. They make that choice to look to you, and then you heavily reward that. So that's pretty much. It's a short live. Obviously, it's something that I've just started today, and it's going to be a bit more Sunday thoughts. It's going to happen throughout the week. But that's why I wanted to jump on in and sort of show you guys and tell you. Now, I've got some time. Got some time. If anyone's got any questions that they want to ask, stick them in the chat. I'm happy to answer any questions. It doesn't have to be related to that. It can be related to any part of your training. If you're new here, welcome. If you're new to me, welcome. Anything that we offer, again, feel free to drop it in. Because that's what we do. We are reactivity specialists in Wakefield. And we help owners overcome their struggles, especially with reactivity, boil down to the root cause, and get to that point where they can enjoy the dog again and go here, there, and everywhere. Ultimately, that's why we got a dog, right? To help with this, we have a bespoke program that has been developed over, I'll say, a fair few months that resolves this issue. It's called the Behavior Reset Program. We've already had, since the new year, 11 days in now, 7 people sign up to it. And that's huge for us. And this is all designed to help them in just 5 sessions get the dog that they want. And I'm very confident with that. So that sounds like something that you guys are interested in. Then feel free to send me a message, get us on our socials, All Aspects K9, on Instagram, Facebook. Jump on our website, www.allaspectsk9.co.uk. All the information's on there. Book a telephone call with me. Give us a ring as well. Numbers on there. We are contactable whenever, even by email if you don't particularly like speaking to people on the phone. We're happy to speak on email as well. What we got? Cool. When you do the game, what would you suggest is a good distance to start and when you play the game? Now, great question, but it depends on your dog. If your dog goes over that threshold where they are really excited, jumping on the end of that lead, pulling into it towards something, you're probably a bit too close of a distance. What I would do is I would test it. So start probably further back from where you think that you need to be and then progress forward. If you can call your dog at a great enough distance and still have their attention relatively easily without any guidance on the lead, then you're probably a little bit in the safe zone, you're in the green zone. So you can get a little bit closer. It's all about small incremental movements when it comes to it, talking like feet rather than meters. Yeah, but we're going to drop that down. But like I said, every dog is different. You might have a highly reactive German Shepherd that clocks a dog 150 meters away, and that's it. It's fixated and it's kicking off. You might have a lovely Spaniel that just thinks every dog is its mate, but you could be 20 meters away from that dog, and it's just doing its own thing. So it depends. But test and adjust. You're not going to get this right on the first go. That's the whole point. It's about seeing where your markers are, seeing where your distance is, and working from there. So I hope that answered your question. Any more, guys? I've got a love heart. Don't know what that means. Don't know whether that means it's a good thing or a bad thing. Hoping a good thing. Mega, guys. I'll get you 2 more minutes. Any questions from anyone, can feel free. If not, like I said, in a couple of minutes, I'll let you guys enjoy the rest of your Sunday. I think I might I'll come up with some topics next week in and around this. Try and get some demos, do some videos, and show you guys that, what I mean. Try and break it down a little bit more, what we do. Got a couple of dogs that I can use for that, which are really good. I like to use my own, but they're fairly neutral, so, you know, hard to do. But again, guys, for those that are here, and I'll put this on our stories anyway. I did do it last week and I forgot to do it this week. My bad. We're getting there. I'll put out a question that you can put through, and you can send any questions you've got, and I'll start to answer those in this Q&A as well, just in case it's for people who haven't been here, and we can push it out. Mega. Great to hear, Luke. Well done, guys. Well done. So Luke was the guy who asked that question earlier about what's the distance to start. And their dog, Ted. Fantastic dog. Really like working with these guys. He said, we'll give this a go with Ted. And he went off the estate this morning with a loose lead. And that's massive. That's huge. Ted is a very boisterous young pup. And, we're working hard with regards to his lead manners. And he's going on leaps and bounds. Fantastic. So it's really good to hear, guys. And you had a cracking session yesterday. Again, if you guys are on Instagram, whatever, check out the story. It's Ted on there. Gorgeous, almost like a red golden retriever. But yeah, he's done really well. Right. Or from anyone, what I'll do is I'll love you and leave you for your lovely Sunday. Thank you very much for your time today, jumping on and listening to me for the past 20 minutes or so. Hopefully you found something insightful there. And like I said, if you've got any questions, feel free to ping them through to me. I'm more than happy to help. Tune in next week. We're going to try and do these weekly. Well, not try. We are going to do these weekly. Probably same time, 7 o'clock on a Sunday. You've got nothing else to do, have you? So why not? And we're going to try and get some questions, some topics that we can start to work with. But until then, guys, have a great week coming up. Have a good training. Have your good training sessions. Smash it, which you will do, I'm sure. Any questions, ping me a message. Those that have joined that are clients of ours anyway, keep me updated. And I look forward to seeing you all here on Sunday, 7 p.m. And then we'll see where we are. We might be, I don't know, in the unit, could be in the van, who knows. All right. Nice one, guys. Thanks very much. Appreciate you all. Have a great Sunday and a great week next week. Go get after it. See you soon, guys. Thank you. Bye-bye.